abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning.
Turn to Turner Security.
Hey, it's Brian Barrett. Here at the radio station, we needed a security solution to keep the staff safe while also giving us some flexibility with guests entering the building. I've tried to find a solution for years, met countless representatives, and they all said it can't be done. That is, until I turned to Turner Security. Not only is it done, it's done right. For your home or business, take it from me. Turner Security is the only place I'd turn.
Turn to Turner Security.
We're News Radio WGNS 100.5, 101.9, 1450. Online and on your phone at WGNSradio.com. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Their charitable foundation, Sharing Change, is funded by members like you who round up their electric bills to the nearest dollar each month and donate and support hundreds of local nonprofits. If you'd like to participate in that and you're not already, check it out, sharingchange.org, or contact our friends at MTE. Well, it is time to speak with James Price of the Better Business Bureau. He joins us here this morning and first show of 2024. Assuming you had a great new year and holiday season, James.
Oh, absolutely. How you doing, Brian? You kicking off the new year strong and hard?
Kicking it off strong and semi-hard, I guess.
I hear you.
Yeah, there's you know, as well as anyone, you work to get a few days away from the office, but you have to work hard really going up to that, and then after that, things have piled up as well. So, you know, it is what it is.
Well, I can tell you that there's a lot of people out there that I've already talked to this year that says, 2024 is off and running. It's like the calendar's not waiting, to kind of get started. And neither are the fraudsters.
Of course they're not.
Yeah. I had gotten an email message this morning from one of our contractors where this nice doctor who is relocating from Puerto Rico to Murfreesboro had bought a house, and he wanted this contractor to go ahead and put the new floor in for him. Oh. And, just I'll pay you with a check and this, that, and the other. Looked the house up on Zillow, and really nice floors in this house. I don't know why he would want to change them, so there's kind of fraudsters out there just everywhere. So today I thought we would talk about, the 5 resolutions for a fraud-free new year, just to kind of get us off and running, in the right direction to make sure that we don't get taken advantage of, going down the road. Well,
and a lot of these things that we say, I guarantee you that we've talked about them, just you and I on this program together many times, but this is a good refresher. And sometimes in the moment, you don't remember that one thing that could get you in trouble. So it's always worth reminding folks.
Oh, absolutely. So, just to kind of get it off and started, what are some of these tips to get off New Year's? And you don't want to lose money, you don't want to give away your personal information. Scammers are they're out there, and they don't give up. They just keep coming and coming and coming. You would think that they were the Energizer Bunny or something, because they never run out of ways to take advantage of people overall. So let's just start off, just really quick talking about some of those things overall. BBB, you can actually go online on BBB and you can see, some of this and the riskiest scams, but we're going to recommend adding a few precautions to your New Year's resolutions overall.
Okay.
Weight loss, financial goals, those are some of the things that are going to pop up right away. You can see online where BBB gives you some recommendations about, what, how to buy gym equipment, what to look for, We've already seen so far this year that there's a few websites out there where people are selling weight loss supplements. And some of these companies did the same thing last year. And basically, you send them the money and then you never get anything. So know what to do. And I think we've said this before, is that whenever you are buying something from somebody who you don't know, you need to do some more research. And if you're trying to buy from a company online, or any new company, I recommend, before you buy from them, go to their customer service department and find out what it would take to get a refund. Same thing with a gym membership. It's easy to get into a gym membership. Do you know how to get out of it?
Right.
So whenever you and so whenever you go into, if you're going into there's a lot of good gyms around town. There's some that, you have uh, your standard gyms, and then you have gyms that are focusing on specific things like cross training and that kind of stuff, CrossFit. Um, uh, and a lot of them have opened up around here, but I would say make sure to do your homework on it. So, resolution number 1, I resolve to be cautious with email. Be wary of unsolicited emails from a company or a person. Remember that scammers can make emails look like they come from a legitimate business, government agency, reputable organizations, even BBB. It's not uncommon for a contractor to get an email from a scammer and say, "Hey, we're from BBB," because they just kind of take our information just like they would everybody else's. So never click on links or open attachments from unsolicited emails, and make sure you know what you're dealing with. I can tell you right now, I've already had 3 or 4 of them hit my BBB box this year so far, and we've already had to get IT involved. So resolution number 1, resolve to be cautious with emails. Number 2 would be resolved never to send money to strangers. If you haven't met a person face to face before, don't send them any money. This is true if a person asks you to transfer funds, use a prepaid debit card, use a cash app, whatever it is. Money sent to strangers in this way, it's untraceable. And once you've sent it, it's gone. You can't get it back, and they're going to scammers are going to try to trick you into urgency, panic, all kinds of things. So before you make a move, think it over. Don't fall for it. Remember, fear of missing out just means that, tell the person, well, I guess I'll have to miss out then, because, the bottom line here is that I need to do some research on this first. Resolution number 3, I resolved to do research before making online payments and purchases. Research the retailer, entering the payment information, shopping online, if asked to pay online. Research the retailer before entering your information. Try to figure out if this is a person or a business. Do you trust them? Do they have a working customer service number? I've hit that several times now. Where are they physically located? Can you find them physically? The one I mentioned a minute ago, they're actually one of those universal mailbox centers. That's their address. So if you get an address, that's one of the things to do, is kind of Google the address to see if it's an actual legitimate address.
Yeah.
And then would you be making payments through a secure server, with the HTTPS on the end or the lock, and make sure other people haven't complained. BBB really traces a lot of online retailers, and it's one of the biggest things that people look for now on BBB, and it's still one of the biggest scams out there is online retailers.
James Price with us here. 5 resolutions for a fraud-free new year from the Better Business Bureau. Did want to, I have become kind of leery, James, about buying online anywhere else other than, like Amazon, for instance, because I maybe falsely so, I feel like they have vetted at least a lot of the people who were on there, and there is a method of complaints and returns and things of that nature. But just buying things from a website, I don't know. I've just become leery of that.
So, I mean, and rightly so, Brian, because the bottom line here is that any online business can actually get a profile with BBB, and a lot of these online retailers now have gone and they've taken the next step to get accredited. So, what you know about a business that's accredited, and we'll use online businesses for an example. If they're accredited, we've done research on them. We've looked to see if they're licensed. We've seen how long they've been in business. Even if they don't have a physical address, we have one, because some of these online retailers, they do run their business out of their home, and some of them are legitimate businesses. You see a lot of these businesses out there on like Etsy and that kind of thing, where people are just trying to make their own business, but they still have to run it out of their house. And when they do that, they don't necessarily want to give their address to the public. So maybe
Right.
they are using the PO box to do all their mailing and that kind of thing. But the bottom line here is if they're accredited, well, then we've looked into them, and that should take at least some of the pressure off of making a decision to shop with those companies. The other ones is that there are businesses out there who they're listed on BBB. They're not accredited yet. That doesn't mean that they're bad because they're not accredited, but at least we know of them. And then if we know of them and you find them on there, well, then go look at the reviews and complaints, and see if there are complaints out there. And if there are, then buyer beware. I would back up and punt.
Yeah. Well, we've got what, two more or one more?
Two more here.
Two more.
See, number 4 would be, I resolve to use my best judgment when sharing my personal information. Sharing sensitive personal information with scammers opens the door to identity theft. Never share that personal information: birth date, address, social security number, insurance numbers, Medicare numbers, Medicaid numbers, with an unsolicited caller. I got a call here to my BBB number this morning. They wanted to help me update my internet service. And the thing is that it wasn't even my internet service, but they wanted to send me updated equipment.
Okay.
So no.
Yeah, of course.
And number 5 would be, I resolved to be social media smart. Use privacy settings on social media and only connect with people you know. Be careful about including personal information in your profile. Never reveal your address or other information. Don't take a fun quiz. Scammers use that information to make themselves pass off as friends or relatives. Try to get your trust. And be careful when buying products you see on social media. You can go to BBB Scam Tracker. We've received thousands of complaints about these kind of things, about people trying to buy through Facebook or other social media
Yeah.
areas. So just be really, really cautious about giving out any of your personal information online.
There are even some questions that will pop up. What's your favorite summertime meal? And people reply to those on Facebook, and really what that is a method to find out information, because the next question may be, where is the place you've loved living the most in your adulthood, and they put down, well, I live in Murfreesboro. Well, then someone's got the information, this person's in Murfreesboro. So it's all about the drip of information there.
Yeah, they start out small. What's your favorite color? What kind of car do you like? That kind of stuff. And the more questions you answer, the more they've kind of got you going down this rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
So just be really careful. So everybody out there, be aware, be resolute this year, and taking care of yourself. I would like to say really quick, we had the tornadoes that passed through here a couple weeks ago, and they're still kind of recovering from that. The Batteries Plus over on Thompson Lane is a drop-off center. So if you want to give stuff to the tornado victims, you can drop it off there. BBB is going to make sure that we get those up there. And when you go in there, you know, a couple of things that they need is like flashlights and batteries. Well, Batteries Plus will give discounts for the needs that people have had that they offer to make sure that they can pass them on, and it'll just go right in the box that we're using to take up there. So Batteries Plus bulbs over there at Thompson Lane is the place where we're doing it. You can drop off things like, you know, trash bags and work gloves, anything that, you know, people may need to kind of get through this situation.
All right. Well, James, appreciate you spending some time with us this morning, and go bbb.org where you can find more information. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Have an awesome year.
Awesome year. We're going to make that happen. WGNSradio.com/listen to see where you can hear and watch your favorite WGNS shows.
Hello, this is Lenny Farmer with Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home. Often when a man or woman finish